Hi everybody, Barbara here today. Welcome back to my videos. I hope your week has started off so well. Today we're going to be talking about tracking your expenses. We're going to be talking money today. So how many of you track your expenses? And I'm not talking about the major expenses like rent, school fees, etc. Because with those, if I woke you up from your sleep and asked you maybe how much your rent is, I'm sure you would answer it within a blink of an eye. I'm talking about the small stuff, your airtime, the money you spend on MBs, your salon money, your bank charges, how about the coffees that you carry on your way to work in the morning or even on your way from work? How about the drinks with your boys or with your girls? Do you know how much money you spend on those? Let me tell you, if you took time to track those small stuff, the expenses on the small stuff, you'd be amazed at how much money you spend on them. Easy to know how much money you earn, but do you know how much money you spend and on what? Now, I've heard so many people make this statement before. Oh, I earn this much money, but at the end of the month, I don't even know where it goes, and I don't have money anymore. Are you guilty of that statement? Well, what that means is that you're not tracking your expenses. It's as simple as that. You're not tracking your expenses, and you're not in charge of your expenses. Well, my main purpose for this video today is to encourage you to begin tracking your expenses religiously. And if you're doing it already, well and good, please keep it up and I commend you for that. Tracking your expenses is important for very many reasons, but I'll give you a few today. One is that it equips you with financial awareness. If you don't know where your money is going or how you're spending it, then you will not know what habits to change, what financial habits to change in order to protect your money. And guys, here's the thing. If you want to be wealthy, then you need to stop wasting your money. Acts as a form of accountability. Most of you do accountabilities for your companies or institutions when you're given money. So then why not do it for your own hard-earned money? You should be able to say, okay, I received maybe this much money on 1st of April or May, and by end of May I spent it on A, B, C, D. Maybe I spent 100,000 on airtime, maybe I spent whatever it is, but you should be able to know where your money goes, how much you've earned, and where have you spent it. Tracking your expenses helps you to make and manage your monthly budget. Now, I know most of you maybe you don't have budgets or you don't know how to make budgets, but I will be talking about budgeting and the importance of having a budget later on, maybe one of these days. So here's the thing. If you don't track your expenses, then you will not know how to make your budget. If you actually do make a budget, then you will either overestimate or underestimate on certain expenses because you'll just be using guesswork. If you don't know how much you spend on airtime or on salon, then how are you going to make a budget? It will not make sense. Lastly, tracking your expenses helps to know if you're living within your means or beyond your means. Let me give you an example. If you track your expenses and notice that maybe 3/4 of your income goes to rent, then already that is a red flag. Maybe it's a time for you to shift to a cheaper apartment or stay in a certain area that is a bit cheaper than where you're staying. And if you don't track your expenses, there is no way you will ever know that. Here is how you can track your expenses. Now, if you're old-fashioned or old school, you simply have to use pen and paper. Jot down every penny you get out of your pocket, and I mean every, even if it's worth 50 shillings, jot it down. If you've tipped someone, write the tip, the amount of the tip. If you've maybe given street kids money, write it down. The bank charges, write that down. Every penny you get out of your pocket should be written down. So, and if you like technology, there are very many apps you can use. That some are free, some are you need a small amount of money to be able to access them. So whatever works for you, just do some research and see what apps you can be able to use, apps that are user friendly for you, and just use that. Or you can even use Excel. The people who use Excel and it works perfectly fine for them. Now, I must warn you that you might feel guilty or bummed once you begin to notice where your money goes, or you might even get tired of the whole process, jotting down everything. But I promise you guys, don't give up. Keep doing it even when you forget. Just start from where you stopped, because at the end of the day, your efforts will be worth it. So I encourage you to start tracking your expenses, and start now. This is the best time. Start now. Don't wait for tomorrow or the next day or next week or even after lockdown. This is the best time to begin tracking your expenses. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope it was helpful. Do let me know in the comment section if you've been tracking your expenses. How have you been tracking them? If you haven't, when are you going to start? And why aren't you starting? Are you scared of the process? Just let me know. Thank you very much. Shalom.